Today, we're going to talk about Maria. She is a young woman who lives in the capital city of Spain, which is called Madrid.
Maria usually wakes up at around 8:30 in the morning. She does not like waking up too early, so she always sets two alarms to help her get out of bed.
In the morning, she eats a small breakfast. She usually drinks a cup of coffee with milk and eats some toast with tomato and olive oil, which is very popular in Spain.
After breakfast, she gets ready and goes to her job. She works in a small office, and it takes her about 30 minutes to get there by metro.
Maria's lunch break is very important. In Spain, people often take long lunch breaks, and Maria usually eats lunch at around 2 p.m. with her coworkers or sometimes with her family.
In the afternoon, she finishes work around 6 p.m. and goes for a short walk in the city. She enjoys walking through the beautiful streets and sometimes stops to drink fresh juice.
In the evening, she cooks dinner at home. Spanish people eat dinner later than in other countries, sometimes around 9 or even 10 p.m.
Before going to bed, Maria watches a TV show or reads a book to relax. She usually sleeps at around midnight.
Maria's daily routine is full of balance: work, food, rest, and fun. Let's see who we meet next.
Kenji is a high school student who lives in Tokyo, the busy capital city of Japan. His routine is full of discipline and study.
Kenji wakes up very early every day, around 6 a.m., because his school starts at 8 a.m. and he has to take the train for more than an hour.
In the morning, he eats a simple breakfast. Sometimes it's rice, miso soup, and a small piece of grilled fish, a traditional Japanese breakfast.
He wears his school uniform and takes the crowded train to school. The trains in Tokyo are fast and always on time.
At school, Kenji studies many subjects like math, science, history, and English. He also has club activities after class, like playing basketball.
He gets home in the evening, sometimes around 6 or 7 p.m., and eats dinner with his parents and younger sister. Dinner usually includes rice, vegetables, and some kind of meat or fish.
After dinner, he takes a shower and does his homework. He often studies until 10 or even 11 at night before going to bed.
Kenji's day is busy and full of learning, but he enjoys spending time with his friends and working hard to succeed.
Amina is a university student who lives in Cairo, one of the largest and most historic cities in Africa and the Middle East.
She usually wakes up at 7:30 a.m. because her classes start at 9 a.m., and she likes to eat breakfast slowly while talking with her family.
In the morning, she eats flatbread with cheese or eggs, and she drinks tea with milk, or sometimes just water with lemon.
She takes a shared minibus or a ride with her friend to go to her university. Cairo traffic is busy, so she always leaves early.
Amina studies literature and wants to become a teacher. She spends most of her day reading books, writing essays, and discussing topics in class.
After class, she sometimes stops at a small cafe to drink juice and relax before going home. It is common in Cairo to sit and talk for a while.
In the evening, she helps her mother cook dinner. They often eat rice, vegetables, and chicken or lentil soup, a warm and healthy meal.
Amina likes to spend her night listening to music, preparing for the next day, and sometimes watching a comedy show with her siblings.
Lucas lives in a small town near Rio de Janeiro, and he works as a fitness coach at a gym. His day starts early and is full of energy.
He wakes up at 5 a.m. because he has to open the gym at 6 a.m. Many people like to exercise before going to work.
For breakfast, he drinks a smoothie with banana, oats, and milk, and sometimes eat pão de queijo, a cheesy bread that is very popular in Brazil.
He spends his morning helping people exercise, lifting weights, and staying healthy. He teaches fitness classes and gives advice on how to eat better.
In the afternoon, he goes home for lunch and takes a short nap, which many people in Brazil call a soneca. It helps him stay fresh.
Later, he returns to the gym for evening classes. He enjoys talking to people and helping them feel strong and confident.
Dinner is usually light. Lucas eats a salad with beans, rice, and sometimes grilled fish or meat.
He usually relaxes by listening to samba music or going for a walk by the beach before sleeping around 10 p.m.
Fatima is a mother of 2 children, and she lives in a small town near the Atlas Mountains in Morocco.
She usually wakes up at 6:30 a.m. to prepare breakfast and help her children get ready for school.
She makes traditional Moroccan breakfast, warm bread, olive oil, honey, and mint tea, which smells and tastes amazing.
After the children leave, Fatima cleans the house and prepares lunch, which is the biggest meal of the day in Morocco.
Lunch is often something like couscous, tagine with vegetables and meat, and fresh fruit for dessert.
In the evening, the family eats a light dinner together and then relaxes by watching TV or sitting outside in the fresh air.
Fatima's day is busy, but full of love, food, and family, just like many homes in Morocco.
Sven is a software developer who lives in Stockholm, Sweden, where the days are long in summer and very short in winter.
He usually wakes up at 7 a.m. and eats a healthy breakfast with yogurt, fruit, and strong black coffee, which he enjoys slowly at the kitchen table.
He works from home, so he starts his job at 8 a.m. from his computer in his small office room.
He writes code, joins video meetings with people in different countries, and takes short breaks to stretch or drink tea.
At 12 p.m., he eats lunch, often something simple like meatballs with potatoes or soup with rye bread.
After work, he goes for a walk in the nearby forest or rides his bicycle to a lake to enjoy the peaceful nature.
Dinner is at 6 p.m., and then Sven reads a book or watches a documentary. He likes quiet evenings.
He usually goes to sleep around 10:30 p.m., especially in the winter when it gets dark very early.
Priya is a teacher in a big city in South India, and her routine is colorful, busy, and full of energy.
She wakes up at 5:30 a.m. because she likes to meditate and do yoga before starting her day.
For breakfast, she drinks chai, which is tea with milk and spices, and eats idli or dosa, traditional South Indian foods.
She takes a bus to her school where she teaches English to children. She loves helping her students speak and write better.
At lunch, she eats rice, lentils, vegetables, and sometimes a small dessert like sweet laddu.
After school, she helps with school activities or attends teacher meetings. Then she goes home to rest.
In the evening, she cooks dinner with her mother and listens to music while they prepare food together.
She goes to sleep at 9:30 or 10 p.m., ready for another busy and meaningful day.
David lives in Vancouver and works as a firefighter. His routine is very different because he works long shifts, sometimes during the night.
On a workday, he wakes up very early, around 5 a.m., and gets ready for a 24-hour shift at the fire station.
He eats a big breakfast with eggs, toast, fruit, and coffee to stay full for a long time.
At the fire station, he trains, checks the equipment, and stays ready for any emergency calls that may come.
Sometimes he has to help with fires, car accidents, or medical situations, so his day can be very intense and stressful.
When it's quiet, he eats meals with his team and rests for a few hours before the next emergency.
After his shift, he goes home, takes a long shower, and sleeps for many hours to recover.
David's routine is not regular, but it is very important and full of courage.
Elena lives in Florence, a beautiful city known for its history and paintings. She wakes up around 8 a.m., opens the windows to get fresh air, and eats a small breakfast with coffee and a croissant.
She walks to her art school with a sketchbook in her hand and loves to stop and look at old buildings and statues.
In class, she draws, paints, and studies art history. Sometimes they go outside to paint in the parks or by the river.
At lunchtime, she eats pasta or a sandwich and drinks juice with her classmates.
In the evening, she helps in a small art gallery and sometimes plays the guitar at a local cafe.
Dinner with her family is full of stories, laughter, and delicious food, like pizza, pasta, or risotto.
Elena's life is full of color, music, and beauty, just like the city she lives in.